and welcome to my final Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy reading vlog. Today's the day. I am finally finishing Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams. I'm finally reading mostly Harmless. It has just come through from my library, so I'm going to pull the plaster off and read this book now while I have it before it runs out and I can't get hold of it before the final wrap-up live show for this read-along. So I don't have any sort of predictions for this book further than the fact there's probably going to be more sexism, more sort of bumbling around the galaxy, and a lot more pointless, plotless things happening. That's all I really think is going to happen, because nothing really else has happened in any of these books, but we'll see. It may surprise me, it may wrap things up, who knows, we'll see. Either way, I'm going to take you along with me for this ride, and we'll see how this one turns out. So let's get reading Mostly Harmless by Douglas Adams. I'm 2 chapters in, and so far there's actually been a female character who feels reasonably fleshed out. Is this Douglas Adams writing? Because that doesn't feel like Douglas Adams to me, because obviously he doesn't usually do that. And this is also a new character. He's fleshed out a character more in one single chapter that she's appeared in, specifically chapter 2, more than he ever did for Trillian or the one from the last book, forgotten her name entirely, the Manic Pixie Dream Girl. In the sense that we've got a lot more about Gail's character, her wants, the fact that she wants to be this newsreader in America, and the fact that she's failed it because she never took her bag with her, because she's learned to never take her bag, because she met a guy with 2 heads who turned out to be an alien. That's obviously Zaphod from a previous book. I don't know if we've seen this scene in a previous book, I can't remember, but either way it was Zaphod. Clearly, who else has got 2 heads around here? But because she forgot her bag, she didn't have a contact, so she blew her audition for the like US Good Morning Britain type show, but for the American audience. And she has also met an astrologer and actually had a conversation about something that was not entirely revolved around a man. And it actually, like, almost very closely nearly passed the Bechdel test. I'm shocked. I am genuinely shocked right now that this has happened. And then also we have in the first chapter, we are talking about a ship that has been hit by a meteorite, and it now doesn't have any sort of, like, half of its computers are down, and the people on it have got no idea who they are because of various reasons. So I'm like, how is all of this going to tie together? And at the moment I'm kind of interested in this one now, after 2 chapters, because there's a bit of intrigue here. Is this final book actually going to be enjoyable? I'm doubting it, but I'll forever remain hopeful, but I'm actually kind of intrigued by this one. Maybe the 4th one was just a bit of a wobble, but like I said, I'm only 2 chapters in, so who knows? Either way, I'm intrigued so far, and there's actually been a female character with a actual backstory, and it feels fleshed out, so this is weird. That's what I'm getting at. This is weird for Douglas Adams. We're officially back to weird again, so it didn't take long. It only took 4 chapters, 5 chapters, but it looks like this is actually a parallel universe or something, because the 3-leaf clovers are more lucky than 4-leaf clovers and things like this, so maybe everyone's trapped themselves in a parallel universe? Maybe, I don't know. Meanwhile, Trisha, our main character, who has more of a personality than any other female character or any character whatsoever has had so far, has now been kidnapped by a bunch of aliens, or has gone off with a bunch of aliens, who are from the planet Rupert, which is the one that's like the 10th planet past Pluto that scientists have discovered. And they really like astrology, and they want her to rework astrology from their perspective. So I'm like, alright, okay, then we're back to weird again. Good to know. It only took 5 chapters and now my brain's broken. Or it's breaking, I should say. So, okay then. We're back to weird. But, I mean, at least it's still making sense at the moment. And I've got a feeling that Trisha is going to turn out to be Trillian. Because her name is Trisha Macmillan, if I remember rightly. I think it's, yeah, Trisha Macmillan, and if you combine that together and take out a few letters, you get Trillian. So I think this may be a parallel version of Trillian, who was with Zaphod in the other universe, but this is a parallel one to what we're used to. So she never went with Zaphod, so never hitchhiked around the galaxy with Zaphod. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, the next chapter, chapter 6, starts with Ford Prefect, so maybe we'll go back to this. I don't know. Either way, I'm still not seeing where this is going, but I am only 6 chapters in, and I am only on page 49 of 216. If you're wondering why I'm doing this, it's because I've got my tripod rested on top of my laptop right now to talk to you, and I can just see most of my screen, but like the middle bit where the actual page number is covered by the third leg of my tripod, so that's why I can't see. And that's why I'm doing this business, and I'll probably do that through this entire thing because I'm reading this on my screen because I borrowed it from the library. So that was my weird roundabout explanation. Anyway, so to sum up, we're back to the weird again. I think Trisha is Trillian, and we seem to be in a parallel universe. That kind of explains where the Earth popped back up again from, but God knows how they managed to jump universes, so maybe that'll get explained, maybe it won't. Who knows? This is Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Nothing is explained. So it turns out it is actually a alternate universe because Arthur was going through, if I flick backwards, hyperspace. That's right, hyperspace. There was a blip, or they went through like a bump or something in hyperspace, and then Fenchurch, the manic pixie dream girl from the previous book, disappeared. So first of all, that is a really stupid way to just write out a female character entirely, just being like, oh yeah, she disappeared, but it's Douglas Adams, what am I expecting? And B, well, at least I do know it's a alternate universe, which makes a lot of sense because everything is just slightly off, but like maybe Ford was with him at the time and that's why Ford's also in an alternate universe with Arthur, but he didn't mention him. Who knows? Either way, at least I now know it's a like alternate universe thing. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. I seem to be reading a lot of things at the moment with like time travel and alternate timelines at the moment. I'm not complaining, but it's just sort of like an odd thing that keeps on happening at the moment. At least I enjoy it. So Arthur is basically travelling around the galaxy using his like DNA and like depositing bits of DNA and things like this to pay for his like journeys and stuff, because Earth is still gone apparently, despite the fact that he was just on Earth in the last book, and I'm like, did it explode in the meantime again? No idea. Essentially, there is no timeline on this. I'm just very confused as to how the Earth is now gone again, despite the fact that it wasn't gone 5 minutes ago, like in the previous book. But anyway, he's now travelling around space and all the rest of it, and he's depositing DNA in every, like spaceport he can get, like, hold of, and things like this. And I'm like, well, that's going to end badly, isn't it? Because we all saw that episode of Doctor Who where the Doctor had to give a DNA sample and then his daughter popped up, so we all know that's going to end badly. We just know it. And also, he's bored of interstellar travel, and I'm like, I don't know about you, but I'd actually quite enjoy myself. Yes, I would miss home greatly, but at the same time, the universe is massive and huge and like filled with loads of different things and stuff like this. Like, how can you be bored? I don't understand how anyone could be bored. That's just me personally, but I genuinely do not understand how you could be bored travelling the galaxy, because so many different things that you'd never see again, all the rest of it. Like, how are you bored? Like, I understand completely like the whole missing home thing, but still. But also, he heard Trillian on the radio thing, and it's like, you're not going to go and try and find her? Because that's what I'd do. Because he really wants to, like, see another human being who breathes and has hopes and wishes and all the rest of it. Go find Trillian. That's the one thing I'd be trying to do. That would be my mission, to try and find Trillian. Why is he not doing this? Like, surely that would be the mission. Surely. I knew that him giving away his DNA was going to be a bad idea. Arthur's now got a daughter. I'm guessing it's come from all these DNA deposits that he gave so he could travel through space. He's also now a sandwich maker on a random planet. Okay then, I'm just running with it, but I just knew that there'd be something to do with, like, DNA and all the rest of it, because that usually ends badly somehow. And I mean, this has turned into a daughter, so it could end up well, I don't know, but her name is Random. Not even asking. I'm not even asking. I'm gonna have to look up exactly when this book was written, because there's been multiple references to the word ineffable, and now they've just also been in a restaurant where Elvis is singing. And both of those things are very Good Omens based, because obviously you have like the ineffable plan and everything. Ineffable is one of the main words of Good Omens. And then also Elvis is in Good Omens, very, very briefly. He is a like fry cook in a restaurant that Famine is providing chow for. Essentially, you can hear Elvis in the background singing, and it's very obviously supposed to be Elvis. And that Elvis has stopped being a singer and he's now just like working in a restaurant in the like cooking section, in the kitchen, that's the word for it. So now I'm just wondering which one is referencing which one, because obviously, like, I know Good Omens was 33 years old as of yesterday, so that would have been 1980. So I'm just going to quickly Google when this book came out, because I really want to know what was referencing what. So 1992. Okay then, so that means that this book is referencing Good Omens. Thought it would be that way round, but I like that's a Good Omens reference, because I'm always here for a Good Omens reference. Also, this has gone very, very multiversal, in the sense that they are having to jump different multiverses and things like this to find Random, who has gone off with the new guide, that kind of thing. That is also a multiversal jumping thing, and the science is going completely over my head, as per usual. And I'm also just wondering how the hell this is all going to get wrapped up, because there's 20 pages left, and I don't see how they can wrap up all of this, considering the Vogons have taken over the guide's like offices and are now running the guide, and also we've got this new guide that is essentially like a multiversal probability changing thing that is very, very dangerous apparently, despite the fact that we don't really know why that is. They've just gone, it's a very dangerous thing. So I'm just wondering how this is going to wrap up in 20 pages. We'll soon see, I guess. I just finished this. What? So they all landed back on Earth again, and then Random is having a breakdown for some reason that's not completely and utterly explained, because she just doesn't know where she fits in, which, okay, yeah, that's fair enough, but it's still like, because she feels abandoned by her mother, which is fair enough, because she kept on dropping her off places and no one's explained anything to her. And then she shoots the guy who keeps on being reincarnated, and Arthur keeps on killing them, and Arthur like moves out of the way, and then the Vogons are still there behind the sun, and they manage to destroy Earth, and it's destroyed all of the Earths. What? I think that may possibly be the worst ending, because it just looped back around to the beginning again, essentially, where the Earth is destroyed and everyone's now just dead. What? That's just broken my brain. That is completely and utterly broken my brain. I've got no idea what I think about it. I don't even have words. I don't have words, because I'm just very confused. And I just don't know what to think of any of that. Like, at all. It was still random. There was a slight plot line to it, and there was actually female characters in there who actually had a plot line. Or, like, at the very least, they had a personality, or at least Trillian had a personality. I mean, Random didn't really have anything. She was just kind of like your usual random, sarcastic, surly teenager, and she was just generally that stereotype. But what? That's all I've got right now. The only word I have is what. And I really don't think I like that ending, from what I understand of it, because it just means that the last 5 books have essentially been pointless because the Earth still gets destroyed and everyone's dead and Arthur's dead and Ford's dead and everybody's dead, and the only person who's still alive who was on Earth at any point and was involved with all of this is Zaphod. And the Vogons have won. Across, like, all universes. What was the point of the last 5 books if that was just going to happen the whole time? I don't know what I think. I don't know what I think. I don't understand. I genuinely don't know how I feel, further than quite relieved that it's over. Because now I don't have to read any more of it, but I'm just like, what was the point of any of this? Like, I keep on saying these books are pointless, but this one really proved that this entire series was pointless. Because it all still happened anyway. This has just broken my brain. I think I'm now just going to have to go and have a think about all of this and try and decide what I think and what I feel about all of this, so then I can discuss it in the live show. I'll leave a thing here if we've got the date and everything ready when I upload this. It will be here, but I think I'm now just going to have to go and think about what I feel about all of this. So I guess I hope if you enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up. Comment down below what you thought of this book when you read it. I'd love to know, because I would love to see some other perspectives on this, to be honest, because I'm very confused, essentially. But if you don't have that much time, leave me a spaceship emoji down below to let me know that you were here. I'll also leave the links down below to all of my social media if you want to check it out, including to the Comic Book Sanctum, which is my website dedicated to Marvel Comics, which is obviously going to be filled with all things Marvel, which has more plot lines that I generally enjoy a lot more, to be honest. So that will be linked down below, as well as a link down below as well to my Etsy store that sells bookish merch if you're interested in that. Or if you just want to see any more of my videos, please click subscribe here, and over here will be the link to my previous video. But until next time, everyone, bye, and I'm so confused.